What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. What a day. What a day. Down, this wick down here in the 140s. We've definitely been here before, back in, December 22nd. I'm sure you remember that day. I hope you bought. I hope you were able to get some nice buy orders in here, especially you long-term Litecoin holders. It was a very good day to buy the dip. And right now, I mean, we're really still, like, things are happening right now as I do this video. And what's actually kind of crazy, I'm gonna touch on this just real quick, is we're starting to see a little confluence right here at the 200 range. Not only is it the intersection of this trend line, but it's also, it's at one point was a very important support zone for us, and now it looks like it's starting to become a resistance zone. And we really just, I want to keep an eye on what it does here, especially because we just entered into this next daily candle, which right now is currently green. So with that being said, I'm doing this video because I just want to look at these falling wedges, because I think they're cool and I think they're important to just check out, because we see them time and time again if you look back on charts in even different time frames, whether it's daily or the hourly. And really what they are is, it sounds bearish, it sounds bad, right, these falling wedges, but they actually are indicative of a continuing trend up. Now, with that being said, they're also very important when it comes to correction, because I mean, let's face it, if we didn't have these, even right here, if you look at these little mini ones, if we didn't have these little pullbacks and these corrections, I mean, what else do we have to do? Basically, all we can do is go straight up, and that's not going to happen. So, in this long-term bullish uptrend that we've seen in Litecoin and Bitcoin, and this parabolic looking trend, these pullbacks are so important. And the catalyst for these pullbacks is found in the falling wedge. So it's always nice to see them happen, and it's always nice to I guess get that feeling that hopefully soon we're at the bottom of the wedge, and maybe we'll get a nice reversal soon. So with that being said, what I'm looking at the daily on these crazy gains we've seen. And even if you do look back, I'm going back, this is just for an example. I mean, you can look at different time frames and different coins, but if you look back at just Litecoin, and I used this example before when we had these nice gains in August, up over 100% basically. Now this falling wedge, this pullback, I mean, we went back down. I mean, this just happened a few months ago where we're going down 60%, in just a few short days. And this was just in September. So these things happen. And we forget about these things happening, because after it happens, we go into this crazy next bull run, and we kind of just leave the past behind, and it's so small to us now, right? But it's so important when we're living in the moment. And in the moment, just look at this terrible looking candle. Let's see, we're looking at just around 30% that day on September 14th. So that day probably felt very negative to a lot of people, because they're living in it and they're not outside of it looking in, from a daily perspective. They're worried they're falling back down to 30, and they have no idea within just a few short months they're going to be hitting 400 in this next run. So my point is this. I don't know if this is it now, but what I'm saying is it's definitely an important part of this long-term uptrend that we're on. if we want to be long-term bullish, we have to just accept the fact that these things happen. These pullbacks are so important, they're so healthy, and we can only be prepared to buy the dips and to basically scale up our position for holding. That's me, because I'm a long-term holder more than a trader. So these pullbacks are actually good for adding to position and adding to the size of position. So basically, I just really wanted to do that video to add some context to really what's going on within this, because, you know, and I do it too. I mean, today I'm watching this and it's just like, when we're living in this little time frame and I'm in there, you know, working, and then I'm sitting on my couch checking my phone and I'm seeing this happen, and, you know, we're hitting 150, it's like, what? It really makes you think. But I just love taking a step back, looking at what's really going on, putting it into context, and just being prepared and really keeping an eye on things. Because right now, you know, we really need to keep an eye on what's going to happen, especially the next 24 hours right now. At this, you know, at where we are, it's just kind of like there's no stability yet, and, you know, I'm really curious to see what happens next. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know what's gonna happen, because I have no idea. So let's keep an eye on this daily candle. Let's see if it turns green, and, you know, let's go from there. But I really, truly appreciate you coming by, watching the video. Let me know what you think today, what happened. Let me know your thoughts. What did you do? What were you doing? Did you buy? Did you sell? And, you know, above all else, trade carefully, and I will see you on the next video. God bless.